currently on I-20 headed out of Dallas, and there's a really bad slowdown. I'm moving stuff. I don't know if you can see it in the background. There's some boxes. Um, and, I wanted to do a live vlog about why I move so much, because obviously this comes up every so often. Okay. I probably won't be able to see chat, but, here we are. It's funny, as a kid, I moved around a lot, moved around a lot because mom was single, working jobs, stayed with certain family, stayed with my dad. There was a lot of issues with my dad, wanting to take care of me, but then he wasn't able to. So it was kind of back and forth, So anyway, obviously as a kid, I moved around a lot until about my mid-teens. And then I moved to Georgia. My adopted father entered our lives, and we lived there for a year or two. And then after 9/11, we had to move back to Texas because of the crash afterwards. And, we wanted to be closer to family and whatnot. And a few years after that, my folks ended up getting into the storage game. The storage industry is, how do I put this? It's a bit of a military lifestyle, because you move around a lot. You jump from property to property, and so from time to time in my life, I had to stay with them. I had to help them and whatnot, and the same thing's happening here. Now, here's the difference. Within a few years, they're going to be, looking to retire. I don't know when, but I'm fixing to, move closer to them. I'm actually going to stay with them for a couple months, and then I'm going to find a place in East Texas and go from there. But this will better help me get into a situation to where I can help them, get more suited for retirement, especially with everything that's happened with my sister in recent years. For the longest time, I thought she would be around to help, but unfortunately, because of her life choices, she's dealing with her own struggles and trying to get her life back together. So it's basically, as a child, from that traditional and I guess you could say biological drive to help those who raise you as offspring. Anyway, in that regard, the way I see it, it's on me to help them out, be there for them. And I think it's only right that you do that for your parents, because if you have parents, or if you're adopted, or if you have people that help raise you, the very human thing to do is be there for them, as they're coming closer to retirement or entering their senior years, because it's part of the cycle, isn't it? I mean, they help raise us from a kid when we're infantile and a little little insecure. Whoa, hold on. Little insecure, and we can't really fend for ourselves. My car has been weird. I ended up hitting a big piece. I believe it was a piece of a truck tire, and it hit the front bumper. It knocked loose my thermostat sensor, which I need to get fixed, and it also, I think, loosened the front bumper a little bit. Now, thankfully, knock on wood, so far, that's been the only damage I've been able to find. So, but I'm going to have that looked at. But anyway, getting back to what I was saying, it's only right that, you help the folks that raise you settle into their later years. But that's part of the cycle. I mean, they help raise you when you're in diapers, and then eventually you get old enough to help raise them when they're in old folks' diapers, which happens. Continence at an older age, for some people, I would say for a majority of people, it starts becoming an issue, and then you become incontinent, basically meaning, accidents happen and you don't really have control over it. Just as Stan Lee said in ERB, there's a lot of things you can't control at my age. I love that battle. But that's essentially why I've been moved. That's why I've been moving around a lot, or moved around a lot, or been moved around a lot, is because of, my past. Now, here's the thing. Throughout the last 5 to 6 years, I've obviously been discovering and rediscovering things about myself. And I've been acknowledging realities and truths that I don't think I wanted to acknowledge for the longest time, or they were so repressed that I didn't know what the hell was going on. So, just a line of events. The darkest period in my life brought out some things I didn't know were there. I've been diagnosed bipolar 2. I'm being looked at for ADHD. I'm doing a sleep study next week. That's gonna, just an at-home thing. It's gonna, tell me maybe what's going on with my sleep. See how that affects me. I've yet to been able to do that. I couldn't afford it, but I'm finally, knock on wood, at a place to where I can, which is really nice. So, anyway, there's that. Now, with that, there's been a couple of other truths, really hardcore truths in my life that I've come to realize. Because, number one, because of a role that, for all intents and purposes, I was forced into in order to survive a very abusive, very manipulative family member coming up. And that was believing in a God, being religious in some ways. And I've come to the realization, at this point, I'm agnostic atheist. I believe we're a part of something greater, but it's mostly just the energy of the universe, That can mean certain things. Religion tends to state it another way. It tends to personify it in gods and demons and angels and whatever have you. But anyway, so there's that. The other thing is that I crave roots. I want to get rooted somewhere. I want to have, for lack of a better word, that kind of security, or at least that familiarity, or both. Forgive me, the traffic's all over the place, but I think I'm going to have my transmission looked at some point. Actually, I think I mentioned that. Might need to stop. Yeah, I'm going to have to pull over. My thermostat sensor, something weird's going on. So yeah, but anyway, that's, that's what there's no exit here yet. Damn it. Wow. Okay. But yeah, so anyway, that's why I'm having to move around a bit. And that's essentially what's going on. So, I'm trying to approach that in my life. I'm trying to find structure in that regard. And also help my folks at the same time. Really just find their way throughout their later years, and because they need help just like we do every so often. And don't think your parents are absolutely perfect and can handle anything. They can, but at the same time, you can definitely take a lot of weight off their shoulders by helping them out. And that's what I'm trying to do in my part, at least as much as I can. So anyway, well, there's that. I've got to pull over, take a look at something. But for now, I wanted to go longer, but I got to stop. So stay safe, stay sane. There won't be a whole lot of streams next week, mostly because I'm hanging out with Lady Psylocke. Got to find a place to pull over. Hold on a minute. Well, that's is that train tracks? That is train tracks. Oh, well, this will work. I think my thermostat might have come off. This sucks. If you ever hit your thermostat underneath the car, depending on the car, it's going to mess up. Your check engine light's going to come on. Your car may or may not need it for internal temperature control within like your AC and all that. That's what I've learned here with this. So anyway, I got to end this, take a look at it. But again, stay safe, stay sane. Remember, you're awesome. Never let the world tell you otherwise. And I'll see you later. Peace.